The Australian government is taking on the big tobacco companies in a bid to reduce smoking-related diseases. The country's health minister unveiled plans for tough anti-smoking laws, despite the threat of industry legal action.
The Australian government plans to force tobacco companies to use plain green packaging for cigarettes despite the threat of industry legal action. On Thursday, Health Minister Nicola Roxon said the draft laws, which will shortly go to Parliament, would, if passed, help reduce thousands of smoking-related deaths each year that cost the economy about $32 billion.
We are going to ensure that in Australia there are no remaining avenues for tobacco companies to market and promote
Experience shows whenever we've gone into
particularly to young
health warnings. We've gone from little
the
tiny text
legislation
warnings
will
that you couldn't
restrict
see on
tobacco
box
industry
in the
logos,
1970s
brand
to
imagery,
the present-day
colours and
graphic health
promotional
warnings.
text
Every
appearing on
time we've
packs,
done that,
with the
we've seen
only
an impact
distinguishing
on
marks
smoking
being
rates.
the
Since the 1970s, tobacco companies have been notoriously promoting light cigarettes that allegedly have a lower tar and nicotine content than regular cigarettes. In reality, light cigarettes are only different in that they have a filter on the end that prevents excessive smoke inhalation.
The nicotine and tar content is tested on puffing machines. The flaw in this is that a machine is not an accurate measure of how much smoke a human can inhale. Most smokers simply compensate by taking bigger puffs.
In 2009, the Obama administration passed the Family Smoking Prevention and Tobacco Control Act, which enabled the FDA to control the tobacco industry.
The FDA required tobacco companies to refrain from using the word light in advertising and packaging. However, companies found a way to evade this rule by color-coding the packages. Darker colors symbolize traditional cigarettes, while silver and white colors represent a light alternative.
Our goals are to encourage the FDA to mandate stricter cigarette packaging regulations and to gain support of the public by spreading awareness. Our first action concerned making members of Congress aware of the issue at hand. We emailed dozens of both federal and state legislators, and what we heard back was constructive and encouraging.
The responses suggest that the legislators were in support for our cause and that it needed to be looked at on a national level. We emailed various Maryland delegates, including Ariana Kelly, whom we got the best response from. Delegate Kelly encouraged us to look into the House Bill 683, in which she co-sponsors. This legislation would increase Maryland tax on smokeless tobacco products from 30% to 95%.
This action taught us to be patient as well as determined when it comes to creating a new policy. We discovered that being polite and professional will generate a positive response. In a 2008 survey, eligible participants were shown 6 cigarette packages and asked to link package images with their corresponding descriptive terms.
Participants were then asked to identify which pack they would choose if they were concerned with health, tar, nicotine, image, and taste. Smokers overwhelmingly chose the whitest pack if they were concerned about health, tar, and nicotine. The second issue we had to address was establishing public awareness. Max is just signing our petition against cigarette color coding packages.
Can I sign?
Sure. We created a petition which anyone who agreed with our cause could sign.
Hi, Ms. Griffith. Do you think we should make a policy change for color coding for cigarette packages?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, will you sign my petition then?
Sure will.
Thank you.
This action accomplished 2 things. We gained support from consumers as well as leverage to use for our policy change.
We sent the petition to members of the FDA Tobacco Products Scientific Advisory Committee. Although we have not yet heard back from them, it felt good to know that people are willing to help us make an impact on this policy.
As of 2012, Australian laws mandating clean drab packaging of tobacco products have taken full effect. This means that every cigarette package is required to look the same, making it impossible to differentiate between light and regular cigarettes.
Our final action was to publish an article outlining the goals of our project on Teen Inc., a website consisting only of articles written by teenagers. We felt that this action was successful because it enabled us to communicate with people all over the country, not just locally. The article was featured on the website, and we received supportive praise from our peers. Researching this topic has taught us that deceitful cigarette packaging is a serious problem that more people should know about. We hope that the United States will follow the lead of Australia in its attempt to resolve this issue.